It is 1 o'clock and we're gonna get started. Good afternoon. You know, I'm from a Baptist church, so I was waiting to hear that back. When I say good afternoon, I was waiting for a response. Not an amen yet. Hopefully soon, Mayor. So let me get ready here. So ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, and honored guests, welcome to my first town hall meeting. I am, you don't know, Bessye Adams, at-large city councilwoman, place 7. Now, today we gather to foster open communication, share insight, and strengthen the bond that make our community thrive. Together, let's engage in constructive dialogue and chart a course towards shared success. And I thank you so much for being a vital part of this collective journey. So let me tell you about my journey. I want y'all to see this as a first 6-month report card. Now hold your grades, okay, until I get through it. And I'm gonna be as brief as I can. So I'm an accountant by trade. And so I like numbers. And so as I went through my calendar, I'm like, okay. At the time, I was just going, being, supporting, just wanting to be involved and share my support. But then I started the analytics. So here they go. So for training, I have attended 26 city departmental orientations. I didn't even know we had 26 departments in the city, and I still have a few more to go. I've attended 2-day newly elected officials training and 3 major state and national conferences. Now for meetings, I've attended 10, excuse me, 10 city council meetings, including a budget workshop, 5 PSHE, which is the Public Safety Committee. I almost put approving or recommending the number of dollars that our fire and safety and health and environment, that's what that stands for, contribute or need to spend to secure our safety in the city, but I won't go there. For appointments, I've appointed 7 members of the community to either a city board or commission. Now, this is what blew my socks away. In 6 months, I had 64 appearances. Now, when I look back, I'm like, how did I keep a full-time job and do this? And I will say, through the grace of God and B12 shots and some other things that kept me going, but it's been a wonderful experience. But I want to take you on this journey with me just to show you not just myself, but the council members and the mayor. This is what we do, whether you have a full-time job or not. This is what you need to hold us accountable for doing. And that's being present in our community and supporting our community, whether it's through individual efforts or our wonderful nonprofits that we have in the city. So, not to mention church visits, the Grand Prairie Women's Club, the Grand Prairie United Charities, the YMCA, serve a couple of events there. And I'm not sharing all of them, but just some that just to pique your interest. Our US Representative Crockett open house. By the way, her chief staffer is here. Where's Kendall? Want to just point you out. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Police department. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you, community policing, and I hope where's Chief Sesney? I hope I'm using the right terminology. But when I say in the community and presenting all kind of activities on all levels to all age groups, our police department is really out there making sure that they are a vital part of our community, to make sure that they're the ones that our community run to and not from. But they have done everything from Santa cops. I was privileged to witness the prayer visuals for just remembering the fallen officers. The fire department had an amazing open house and an amazing gala in this. Well, let me stop. Yes, the gala was really nice and it was held in this facility. This is just a third, I believe, of the facility that you're sitting in. So Grand Prairie has an amazing brand new ballroom. And I'm testing it out for the mayor, because the mayor is going to have his state of the city address here. So definitely make sure you put that on your calendar. I have judged the Forest of Fear that has been going on, I think they said for almost 20, maybe 30 years. Never knew it exists. Lloyd Park, right down the street from me. That was amazing. Trunk or treat, I have a new friend. His name is Richie. He invites me to everything. So you know Richie? Okay, I know Richie. He has invited me to, well, my kids went to Reagan Middle School, but my kids are grown. So this was an opportunity to get back to the middle school. So I did my first trunk or treat there. What was touching to me was the Forever in Our Hearts. It was an infant loss remembrance ceremony at the Grand Prairie Memorial Gardens. And those are things that, you know, we just don't want to talk about, but that's a part of life. And for them to take the time to gather those families who've lost an infant was very touching and very sweet at the same time. Let's see, what else? Numerous ribbon cuttings. I did some panel interviews. I was privileged to be invited to the AKA chapter. I want to call I can't remember the chapter, but the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. They had a social justice forum. I was able to speak to UNIDOS. I was able to be a member of a panel discussion with UNIDOS. Also, now that's not all of the 64, but those were some that were very meaningful to me. The mayor himself has appointed me to be, I said, the PSHE, which is the Public Safety, Health and Environment Committee, which is an amazing committee. And I think all of us here know we feel better and we sleep better at night knowing that we have safety. We have an amazing police chief, amazing fire chief, and they're here to definitely serve us. And I've seen that just personally in their personalities, not just in their position, in their title, but in their hearts. I was also appointed to the Grand Prairie Hotel Development Corporation, and actually wasn't too many of us, but I'm vice president, so that's going to be interesting to see how that's going to turn out. But well, thank you, and I'm honored that you appointed me. And I also had a couple of national appointments. The Crimson Political Action Council, I am one of their board members, and the mayor and the city does not know, but last week or 2 weeks ago, the National League of Cities have invited me to be on their national committee for energy, environment, and national resources. So I'm excited about that. And now Grand Prairie has a seat at the table at those national levels, and I'm so proud to represent our city. Now partnerships, and I'm gonna wrap it up because I'm just supposed to be doing the welcome. Partnerships, I was privileged to be a part of Grand Prairie ISD because with a great city, it comes along with a great school district. I helped initiate last year's Toys for Tots. That was an amazing, when I tell you the school district took that and ran with it, it was so amazing to see. And Grand Prairie got some news coverage from Fox 4. And I also serve on their strategy committee for their community visioning. There's another project that is nonprofit as well. It's not ran by the city, but it's ran by the Nichols Foundation. Another prominent person in our community that has a heart to give, and he's presenting or has initiated a Read to Run project. And our city employees have been involved, and we're just really excited about what he's doing, and it's going to be a marathon. So just to encourage kids to read. And so by reading a certain number of books, well, 10 books, and this is a plug, I guess, in 10 books in 12 weeks, they'll earn a pair of new shoes. So again, that was a great partnership. And I am now the new owner of 2 veggie beds at the Luckett Gardens in Dalworth. Now, I know how to pick the flowers and pick the veggies, and I can even plant them, but it's gonna be my husband that's gonna maintain them. That's how it's done at our house. That's how it's done at our house, and I think it'll work at the Luckett Gardens. And so I'm excited to be a part of that venture as well. So other than that, still living family life, lucky to be married 27 years in this 6-month time period. I celebrated the 27th anniversary with Bessye Adams back here. I'm gonna keep him around. He's the best signed man you can ever find if you're running a political race. And he's a great supporter as well. And the most important thing I have to say, Jackie, is I hosted my 3-year-old grandbaby T for 3 birthday party at the Epic. And so that is what I do. I thank you all for giving me the opportunity to serve you. I'm just a regular person doing the things that you all do. I love my family. I love my church. I love my community. And I definitely love the opportunity to serve you. So next, we will have our mayor. So if Mayor Jensen would come up and give a few words, I'd appreciate it.
Thank you, Bessye.
Thank you.
You know, Bessye's served less than 6 months. Most every elected official, when they get elected, they tell us, let me know everything y'all are doing. I want to go to everything. And I kind of, yeah, right. We'll see how that goes. I don't think Bessye's missed anything. And Jackie comes to everyone he can. He works the night shift. And I appreciate that out of the spouses. Jackie, I appreciate you showing up because you're part of the team. She makes the votes, but you're part of the team that makes it work. So we have 3 at large in this city that serve the whole city. Myself, Junior Zanyu, and Councilmember Bessye Adams. And they take that responsibility seriously. She is at every event, no matter where it is in the city, there to support. And Bessye, my hat goes off to you, and thank you, because that's what we want you to do, and you have done it. And so thank you. You've taken every role that I have appointed you to with a high level of integrity and fit right in, ask good questions, make sure, and you fit in. So thank you. We have lots, this city has lots of committees, lots of little corporations. And I just have to congratulate Bessye for her first 6 months. She's not going to slow down. That's not in her system. She will be at events from now on. And part of my role is to support her and my fellow council members. And that's why Rebecca and I are here today. Mayor Pro Tem Lopez just walked in, sitting back there in the back next to our city manager, Bill Hills. This is Bessye's event. I'm here to support. Thank you all for coming. Bessye, thank you for your service.
I did welcome you, but I also want to welcome our Zoom.
That's not mine. That was yours.
Oh, well, I can leave it. That part. I want to welcome our Zoom participants. So if there are questions or concerns that you have, please put it in the chat box, and we have someone that will make sure that your questions are answered. Okay, next up, without further ado, we're going to continue with the presentations. We have Chief Chesney with our police department update.
Please hold your applause, please. All right, I'm going to move this up to Daniel's size here. First of all, thank you all very much for being here. I was asked to speak to you about crime, our crime decrease, and there's a couple other issues that I would like to address. Hey, Stretch. A couple other issues I'd like to address if you would indulge me. First of all, direct number to my desk, 972-237-8713. If you want to jot that down, if you want to, you're at home and you want to ask questions to the chief of police, that's how you can get in touch with me. First of all, crime's down another 4%. I'm very proud of that. We are well down around 14% since 2020. So things are going in the right direction, particularly when things are challenging around us. We are managing to keep crime down, and despite our population surge. So I am so incredibly happy about the growth and all the cool things our council is bringing to the city. But sometimes those things also bring people that want to try and victimize the people that live in our city. And I can tell you that your police department takes crime personally, and we have a lot of very tenacious police officers to make sure that we catch those criminals and get them off the street. We do that through an evidence-based policing approach. And what that means is we study crimes. I don't want to have to issue everyone here a pocket protector, But we are very diligent about studying where crime is an issue for us, not just today, but where it's been over the past 3, 5, and 10 years. And then we push police officers into those areas 120 times a day. The reason for that is there is some science out there that was discovered by a guy named Coper that says if you can get an officer into these areas 11 to 16 minutes a day, that will deter crime for a period of 2 hours. So the thought process is you get an officer in there for 11 to 16 minutes every 2 hours, crime should go bye-bye. And it has. The good news is I said deterred, not displaced. So we're not just moving it, we're eradicating it. So very proud of that. Two other quick things I want to address very quickly. Beyond a crime reduction, it's important to us that we always keep an eye on the potential for serious and frankly devastating attacks on our community, like we've seen out in Colleyville or at the Allen Mall. And while I realize the likelihood of something like that coming to Grand Prairie, I think that I would not be doing my job as your police chief if I didn't prepare for something like that. So to that end, we have created a behavioral analysis and threat assessment team at Grand Prairie PD. And our team has been trained by the FBI's unit in Quantico for those areas. I had the opportunity just this week to meet with FBI Director Chris Ray, and it's my understanding that they're so impressed with that model that they are looking to use that model all over the United States of America. So we're starting out here in Grand Prairie, Texas. We're training our regional partners, and hopefully we can use that to keep the United States safe moving forward. That means they're keeping an eye on things that are going on in our schools and all of our high level areas, and just really, really proud of those folks. There was something else that I wanted to touch on, and by golly, I can't remember what it is. So I will be in the back if you have any other questions. Animal control, code enforcement, I almost hate to say it, fall under the chief of police. So if you have issues in animal and code, I'm your guy, and I'll be glad to address those as well. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Chief. Next up, we'll have our Assistant Chief Baldwin for our fire update.
I guess I need to get this to Jeff height too. So my name is Jeff Baldwin. I am Assistant Chief over Operations for the Grand Prairie Fire Department, your Grand Prairie Fire Department. And since Ms. Adams is at large, then I'm going to talk about the fire department from the north side of the city all the way to the south. We have 10 fire stations currently, and we're about to begin construction on our 11th fire station. This is all the way south at 360 and 287 on Davis Road. So that's, we are a very long city. And so we have a lot of responsibility from north to south. When we talk about the fire department, fire is what we used to do exclusively. But nowadays we're what we consider an all hazards fire department. That encompasses everything from hazmat to dive to, we have a wildland component, and we also have firefighters that are involved with our police SWAT team as medics as well. We're very proud of that relationship that we have. We're also a very busy fire department. For 2023, our call volume stood at 21,533 calls for service. Of those, 16,469 were EMS driven. So we're heavily involved in emergency medical services, which comprises roughly 75% of our call volume. Emergency management also falls under the fire department. So that being said, we have an EOC that is currently started construction right next to Station 3, which is on Marshall Drive right at 161. Also Fire Station 6 that is at 602 Stonewall, that's just to the north in the neighborhood of South Grand Prairie High. We're fixing to rebuild that fire station. It's very old. Fact is, the building actually gave up on us. It expelled us, basically. So, and then, like I said, Fire Station 11 is going to be down on Davis. That's a very rapid synopsis of what we do. I will be here. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to see me after.
Thank you, Chief Baldwin. Next up, we're gonna have Parks, Arts, and Recreation. Come on up, Ray. This is Director Ray Serta.
Thank you, Bessye. Good afternoon. My name is Ray Serta. I'm the Director of Parks, Arts, and Recreation. The short time I've been here, it's been a blast. I've only been here 8 months, and it's a great opportunity for me and my family, and I'm so appreciative of being here. Today, I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about a couple of our projects that we're currently working on. And also, I'll give you an update on our Parks Master Plan. I will be doing a PowerPoint presentation. So Claudia, we can go to the next slide. Some of the programs that we're working on right now is called our National Fitness Studio. These will be located in 6 of our parks this year, and then we're going to have 3 more next year. Some of the parks that we're going to implement this program is at Tyree Park, Central, Mi Familia Park, Charlie Taylor, Freedom Park, and Fish Creek Linear Park. What Fitness Studios is, it's designed to provide a full body workout in 7 minutes. And with those 7 minutes, it's going to include the core, the squat, the lunge, pull, bend, push, and agility. And these are all stationary. It's like a half a basketball court site. And so we're currently right now in the design stage of that, and hope to have these 6 completed by the end of the year. In addition to that, these studios will also give us an opportunity to provide yoga classes, Zumba classes, Pilates classes, dance classes. So we're able to provide programming at an outdoor setting. So we're excited and that these are going to be going into our parks. In addition, we're currently doing this public art opportunity through the community. So what we're asking for is anybody who's 14 years or older that lives in the city of Grand Prairie and is an artist, these studios will have an opportunity for anybody who's an artist to come in, submit their drawings, and then get selected by the council and the mayor of their choice of what they would like to see on those studios. And the winners will receive a $5,000 award, which is provided by NFC through a grant process. So if you know anybody out there that is an artist, we're looking at artists, and we hope to have selections. The submittal deadline is February the 16th. So if you know any artists, please send them our way in the Parks and Rec department. And those are just some pictures that you just saw up there. Next thing that we're working on is over at Playground Adventure is our sensory wall. Our sensory wall, it's located inside Playground, and it's the Tranquil Adventure Pod. We're currently in the design process, and we're looking at the art consultant is currently presenting design ideas to our focus group so they can give us input of what they would like to see, what the community would like to see in this focus group. It's to provide the visitors to the playground a sensory experience in a creative art form. So we're excited about this program. If you look up on the upper right-hand corner, that's the sensory wall where there's nothing up there right now. but hopefully some of these examples that you see over here on the left, those will be designed and put in by the end of this summer. So we're excited about that, and we're excited about the playground adventure, sensory wall. And then lastly, last thing I want to talk to you about is our Parks Master Plan. The Parks Master Plan is done every 10 years. It was last done in 2016. And so in 2026, we'll be starting the new process, but we're already doing all the legwork today to try to get ready to the year 2036. I know that seems like a long time, but you're supposed to do a Parks Master Plan every 10 years. A Park Master Plan is developed with important community input and has two primary purposes. The first purpose is the plan is used by the city to start the guide for the development and redevelopment of our parks and resources. This is very vital that we also get public input, and we will have public input throughout the entire process. The second thing is the plan also serves as the primary function or framework for prioritizing future developments, projects, and programming based on funding opportunities and conditions. It's a citywide plan. It's an 18-month process plan that we're going to be putting together. We're going to be having several open houses format where we will get the public input of what the citizens here in Grand Prairie would like to see in our park systems. We will also have survey opportunities for everybody to participate in this program. I just want to just kudos to the previous administration that was here, and of course the citizens and the leadership style of team that was here prior to my arrival. But in 2016, the programs and some of the projects that got completed in that master plan was the Playground Adventure, the Epic Central, the Epic Recreation Center, Epic Waters, renovations to Mi Familia Park, Turner Park, Tyree Park, the Splash Factory renovations, renovations to the Dalworth and Charlie Taylor Recreation Center, and also the extension of Lone Star Trail and also the Fish Creek Trail. That's why it is so important to participate in this master plan, because had these projects not been in place, there's no way we would have been able to get renovation and cost funding for these programs. So I urge you, when you hear of the Parks Master Plan, I urge you to get involved, get your input, so we can see the direction and the future of our great park system that we currently have. Thank you so much. I will be in the back to take any comments or questions after everybody's finished talking. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ray. I don't get this in, we might be just handing it off. 1, 2, 3, can you hear me? Is it on? Okay. Next up, we're gonna have an update for public health with Cindy Mendez. You wanna hold it or you want me to put it back in? You want me to hold it? You wanna hold it or you want me to put it back in?
I guess I'll hold it. I'm a loud talker, so if I get this too close, I'm going to blow your ears out. But thank you all for being here today. I hope you have all heard about the Get Fit GP program. We just finished celebrating 10 years. We are on our 11th year, and we started this off when Mayor Jensen came into office, and we've been able to offer a lot of great opportunities to the community. And so I'm sorry, I don't have the clicker. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. So I'm here to talk to you about what what's going on this year and the different opportunities that exist in our community for all of you to get involved in. So this program is really our citywide wellness initiative to bring resources to the community. We do have priorities based on studies done by the county health department regarding health in our community. And so we really try to focus on some different topics that are important to our citizens. One of the things we hope to do is to be able to increase fitness opportunities. There is a whole host of things that the city does, not just through our department, but as you heard, through parks. You're going to hear about some of the great library programs that are going on. We try and bring all those resources together in one website so that citizens know if they want to get involved, whether it's for fitness or nutrition, or just to get outside and be with other people in the community. It's a great opportunity to bring those resources and people together. Okay, so I know a lot of you haven't had an opportunity to go by the table over there, but I hope you will. We've put together a list of 2024 events as it stands right now. It could change, so I hope you'll visit our website for more information. But currently going on, which is not on here because that's events, are a few things that we're doing currently. One of these is called My Health Passport. We do this every year. And what it is it has coupons for different businesses in the community that are related to fitness or nutrition. And, you know, that's one of the things that Get Fit has been able to do is bring together some of our community businesses along with bringing together health resources in the community. So when we have health fairs, we're bringing in Parkland, Dallas County, Baylor, Arlington Memorial, Baylor Scott and White, and even local providers to provide screenings to the community. So, and another thing that's happening is our Healthy Heart Art Contest. It runs through the end of February. It's open to all ages. So, you know, you have a toddler who is an art genius, submit it. You know, you're 80 years old and you like doing crocheting, you can submit it. We take all forms of art. We take poetry, clay models, posters, you name it. The goal is to have people thinking about what they can do to protect their hearts. So if you'll pick up some of these postcards on the table. So we really kick off our events on April 6th, which is our Mayor's 5K and Health Fair. And it's also opening day of the farmers market. So it's a great event downtown. It is, we say a 5K, people think of a run, but it's actually run, walk, or stroll. If you're strolling, you're probably going the pace of the mayor. We only have a few runners, but really the goal was not to get runners together to run, but to get the community together to walk together. And during that time, we also have a lot of health screenings available and education for the community. So I really hope you'll join us on April 6th. And of course, Cycling with the Mayor, a very popular event that the mayor's been doing since the beginning of the program. We're going to start off April 18th right here at the Epic. It's the first time we'll be riding in this neighborhood, but we're really excited to do that. So you'll see we have a whole lineup of Cycling with the Mayors, but we also have a few community fairs during the year. One's at Tyree Park, which has recently had a bunch of upgrades, and the other one's down at Fish Creek. Now, these community fairs is to bring together the community with some of our different departments and learn about resources that the city offers to the citizens. And that starts around 5:30. Those have been a big success. We usually do hot dogs and have fun stuff for the kids as well, like bounce houses and bubble buses, all those other things. So what we really try to do is to provide an opportunity for everyone in the community, whether it's families, young children, seniors, pregnant women. Our events are really to reach everybody who needs these resources. And we do this through not only hosting events, but also being out in the community at other city events. And also we get invited to school health fairs and to church health fairs and other happenings in the city. So if you're looking for a partner with the city, please let me know. We're always happy to come out. These are just some pictures of some events. As Betsy mentioned, she's very active and you'll see her at our annual Pink Out. It's our Strolling with the Mayor downtown, but we also have a health fair. And so I hope you see something you like up there and you'll come out and join us. So how do we reach people? Well, of course, we have a website, Get Fit GP. If you go to the city website and put in those words, you will find us. But we also have a newsletter. If you pledge, then you will get a newsletter once a month that talks about a health topic, but also tells you all the things that are happening in the city for that month, whether it's at the library, whether it's cycling with the mayor, whether it's yoga at the library. And so I hope you'll take advantage of that. And we also have a postcard up there, says your health pledge. If you fill this out, we'll make sure you get on that list and you'll get an email just once a month, we promise. No extra emails. And I want to finish out by saying that I don't know how many of you are familiar with our Densman Clinic. It's over on the east side of town, just south of Jefferson Street and 14th. Well, it is closed currently because it's undergoing renovations, but when it opens, Dallas County, who has provided services there since the 1980s, will be expanding their services there for immunizations, for mental health counseling, for tuberculosis clinic, and some other special clinics. So I hope you'll look out for that too. I'm happy to answer any questions at the end. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cindy. Okay, next we will have Transportation by Carol Prairie, as well as, did I say that right? DeVries, okay. As well as Engineering Utility with Noreen Housewright.
Hi, I'm Carol DeVries, the Director of Transportation and Mobility. Councilmember Adams is at large, like we talked about, so I would like to cover some of the larger projects that have been completed in this last year. We do a lot of coordination with state agencies such as Texas Department of Transportation and the National Council of Governments, and of course NTTA because of 161. This year, we completed, of course, the two frontage roads, 30 and 20. They had continuous frontage roads now that we did not currently have. TxDOT finished 20 most recently in the last year. And also the 3360 interchange, which is just to the northwest of us, has now been substantially complete. All the direct connectors are open. They will be pulling off of that in a couple of months, just smaller things to finish up. 161, of course, has been doing the main lane widening, and they've been working a lot on the support walls down below. And also we had a big joint project with Camp Wisdom, almost $30 million project with Dallas County, us and the city of Dallas to the east side of town. And now we've moved to Wildlife Parkway on the north side. It's going to be from Beltline all the way to 161 punch through. That is a joint project also with the county. Councilmember Adams also requested that we kind of let you guys know what all we do in our department. I know she had a lot of fun on her tour of our department. So let's go over some of the sections that are in transportation and mobility. One of the larger sections is streets division. We've got the guys that get the ice off the street when we have ice recently, or that are barricading when we have too much rain. They also do drainage system maintenance, sidewalk repair, brush, take care of the quarter-cent sales tax investments back in our roadways. For instance, 28,000 linear feet of creeks, channels, and ditches are maintained every year to make sure everything flows when it rains, and another about 1,300 drainage structures are cleaned annually. We also have microtransit, Grand Connection, and Via. Grand Connection, if you're over 60 or you have any health issues, they can provide you transportation. And Via, anybody can ride, but you have to pay a couple of dollars. It's on demand. Traffic engineering operations, so things that are also under our umbrella. We've got signs, markings, school zones, traffic signals, streetlights, fiber optic network, and the traffic management center, where we can pull back video detection signals. We can change everything from one room in the city hall area. So I will be here for questions later this afternoon, if you have any for our department, and I'll turn it over to Noreen now for infrastructure.
Good afternoon. How are you? I'm Noreen Halshright. I'm the Director of Engineering and Utilities. As Carol said, we're first I'm going to describe what we do. So engineering, basically, we manage and design water, wastewater, stormwater, and some streets capital projects. We also manage and update the water, wastewater, and stormwater master plans in the city. We do floodplain management. I'm not sure if you're aware, but a third of Grand Prairie is in the FEMA floodplain. We review all the civil plans for developers as they come into the city, and we inspect all the construction for both capital projects and for development. The other portion is utility, which is the end user. Our operations group, they do the production of water. We buy our water from Dallas, Fort Worth, Mansfield, and Midlothian. So we treat, store, and transport the water throughout the city in a network of storage tanks, pipes, and hydrants to keep up with the customer demand. Our wastewater, we basically transport all the system through a series of pipes and lift stations to get it to the Trinity Regional Authority, TRA, to be treated. We repair and maintain all the existing water and wastewater infrastructure. We also have customer service. So they're the ones that set the rates, the water and wastewater rates, based on our consultant analysis we do every year. They manage all the payments to all our Dallas, Fort Worth, Mansfield, and Midlothian. And they also manage our payments to TRA. And they do the customer service and billing for all the citizens. I'm going to look at a few infrastructure projects that we finished. We finished Stadium Drive in August. It's a connection between Tarrant Road to the frontage road, where there was nothing before. Another one we finished this year was the Deckman Road extension. Prior to this, you'd had to go through the neighborhood to get around. So now we have this nice roadway to connect the two. And that finished this fall. Yeah. We also finished the Heritage Pump Station and Ground Storage Tank. This is down south. Right now, as you may or may not know, there's a lot of development coming down south. So we have our infrastructure building down there, including this, to get ready for that development. This one here is right across the street on the other side of on 161. The pump station was finished at the end of this year, but they're working right now on finishing up the elevated storage tank. This is one of the capacity increases. The storage tank that's there now is 1 million gallons, and the new one will be 2 million gallons. If you've driven by, you probably see that the artist is working on the tank right now. They'll be working on that. As soon as it's done, they'll raise it up and finish it up, and then we'll tear down the old elevated storage tank, and that should be done in September. Davis Road is down south. That's going to be where the Fire Station 11 will be. The orange is under construction right now. It's going to be a 4-lane divided road. The yellow is under design, and the blue will come in the future as development comes to the south. And then Tarrant Road at Arbor Creek, if anyone has driven this road, it kind of sinks down and overtops in flood events. So we're building a bridge there that will be raised above the FEMA floodplain and also have sidewalks on both sides of the road. And that will be coming this summer. And then this, as far as our water production distribution system, this is just a little schematic, kind of show the network that we have as water comes in from our sources, how we store it in different elevated storage tanks throughout the city and pipe to make sure it gets to you in your house when you need the water. And I'll be around for questions later. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Some of the things that we just take for granted, I thought it was so interesting to see all of the sources and all of the systems that are in place to make it happen, to just turn your water faucet on. I was just blown away. So that's why my orientations were so super exciting to me. And I asked them to share some of the things that I learned with you all, because you just take it for granted. So next up, we're going to have library update with Peter Symes. Woo-hoo, Peter. Last but not least.
First, I just wanted to take time to thank Councilmember Adams for including us today. It was a real privilege to be here with all other city departments. And it's a real honor to speak to all of you today and all of our friends on Zoom. So I'm super excited to tell you our spring guide has come out, which sounds kind of ridiculous considering the weather outside, but essentially for us, this is spring. And that's going to be our first thing. Hold on just a second. That's not me. Well, we have, there we go. Where's well, I'll keep going. So our spring guide is available online at our website, www.gptx.org. And you can see up here on the screen, two of the new services we added in the last year. This is the Library of Things. Now, I know this is going to sound a little odd, but you can go to your library and get a GoPro camera to rent, a document printer, a telescope. You can also get cake pans. There's all kinds of things in the Library of Things. You can find these through our website online. They check out a lot, especially the telescope. They're very popular. The other thing we added this year was really excited about our mobile hotspots that you can come get at your libraries. We have 50 of these. We will undoubtedly add more because right now they're all checked out. And last time I checked, there were 6 people on hold. You can take these home for 3 weeks and access the internet from your house. The boxes are filtered, and it's just like having an experience at the library, but you can take it home with you to use for school, or maybe you need something at work. We had somebody come up because the internet service in their area went down, and they could come to the library and still be able to use their computers at home. So those are really exciting. Now, the next thing I want to take before I push this slide, back at the budget retreat last year, the mayor and city council approved the library adding 2 mobile libraries to our system. I want to take a second to thank Councilmember Adams because she really championed us having 2. This is a really big deal. She recognized that the city, as Assistant Chief Baldwin said earlier, is very long and narrow. These will allow us to bring library services to you. It's a little hard for me to put into words how passionate we are about this. We love you coming to the buildings, but even better, we love coming to you and bringing the services. And these will allow us to visit the farthest ends of our city and bring city services, library services to you. Now, this isn't just and I'm not disparaging this, but it's not just a bookmobile. We are trying to bring to you the library experience to your door, to your neighborhoods. There will be a collection on board that you can check out. You can pick up books that are on hold. There will be 4 public internet computers on board. You can print there. We will be able to do programming from these. Just as if you came to one of our buildings, we want you to have that same great customer, great service experience. This just meets our entire goal of we want to bring literacy, we want to bring learning and fun for everyone in our city. And these allow us to do this. And it's a huge thanks to Councilmember Adams, Mayor Jensen, Councilmember Lopez, and everybody for doing that. One thing I wanted to mention too, when I mentioned our program guide, there's a couple of programs. There's one particular program I'm really excited about in March. I don't know how many people know, but there's a new book that the city commissioned, The History and Perspective of the African-American Experience in Grand Prairie, Texas, from then until now, 1852 to 2023, written by Grand Prairie resident Warren Landrum, who's here. And Warren will be at the libraries. Warren will be at the main library on Tuesday, March 19th to sign the book and to take questions about the book, and at the Warmack Library on March 21st from 6 to 8 p.m. So please come out and join us at the libraries to celebrate the release of this book. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is going to take place right here at Epic Central. Your Grand Prairie Libraries and Epic Central are going to bring dinosaurs right here. Now, these are fully automated dinosaurs. They will move, they will roar. They are designed to feel just like the dinosaurs felt, and they will be right out on the other side of Finch and Loop 9. It's going to be March 15th, 16th, and 17th. We will have exhibit booth with a fossil dig, information about all of the dinosaurs. Will be one that's a photo op that you can actually climb on and take your pictures with. We are so excited to do this. And because it's a library service, it's free. So everybody can come, okay? We're very excited about this. Again, it meets our objectives of learning, literacy, and fun for everyone in our city. We're super excited. There'll be more information coming on our website. And once again, thank you for having us here today. We're very, very honored to serve.
Isn't that amazing? We got a lot going on in Grand Prairie, don't we? I am super excited to share it with you and to be a part of it. And just exciting. It's exciting times. I have a couple of people I want to recognize that came in a little late. Councilmember Junior Uzano, would you please come forward? I think we had announced Councilman Lopez. Can you please come up? Did I miss anybody? I don't know who's watching by Zoom, but it takes all of us. When you look at us, including our mayor, we're one vote. One vote cannot change anything. It takes us together as a team to make things happen for the good of our community. And so I am so honored, although this is my town hall meeting, this is our town hall meeting, because it's an opportunity for each one of us to share with you what we do and what we represent for you and the things that we're doing for you. Now, also, if y'all remain standing, can I have everybody that work for the city to stand? Let me tell you, Mr. Bill Hill, can you please come forward? I kind of feel like we're the liaison. We make sure the budgets are right. We manage some of the things, but the people that actually work for this city, they are the heroes. They're the ones that make things happen day in, day out, whether we get elected or not. They're the ones that keep our city going. And so I cannot thank you all enough. We are a partnership. And so that's what we do for you, our community. So thank you so much. Thank you all so much. And I didn't call his name, but Bill Hill is our new city manager and he runs the show. So now we're at our Q&A session. Does anyone have any questions? And if you do, please come forward to the mic that's in the center of the room here. And if you're on Zoom, please state your question. Put it in the chat box.
Right here?
Yes.
Okay, do I need to state my name and address or am I good?
State your name and address.
Very good. John Stewart, 4315 Hampton Circle, Grand Prairie, Texas. Let me just preface my question with this. Your staff is impeccable. Never have they not responded. They are always responsive. My question is this, and this is strictly for residential neighborhoods, and the chief probably is going to handle this one, but this is specifically for residential neighborhoods. When investors, developers come into our neighborhood, we want to make sure that when they do invest, that they intend to sell properties and not rent them. So I don't know what the ratio is, but that's quite important to our neighborhood because we don't want a bunch of renters in our neighborhood because they have no skin in the game. I've talked to Councilman Izanu about this, Councilman Johnson about this. They have responded, but I just want to make sure we keep the eye on that because I do not want to live in a neighborhood that's constantly going down. I want to keep our property values up and make sure our neighborhoods, especially those who are planned developments, stay looking good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Ms. Adams.
Hello.
I'm Stretch Rideau. I live at 503 Cooper Street in Grand Prairie, Texas. That's in Westchester. I just have a simple question. Chief Daniels, I didn't get your telephone number. Now, Chief Daniels is very responsive with his email. I must say that. You know, he replies to his email very quick. But I didn't get that telephone number. I might want to put you on speed dial, Chief, because I know you're so responsive. So I just want to get that telephone number.
Sure. The answer to the telephone question is 972-237-8713. Stretch, don't call me if you're getting pulled over for a speeding ticket now. Tell them to give you an extra one. You know better, Judge. Yeah. John, I want to touch on the issue with rental property very quickly. So there's a number of challenges that we in code in the city have to address there. One is, as a property owner, they have certain rights and they are allowed to rent their property. But there's a bigger issue, and I can't speak for the council, but in understanding their guidance as it relates particularly to short-term rentals. Those become very challenging because you'll have a renter that will come in for 1, 2, or 3 nights, create all sorts of disruption, and then depart. And then a new person will come in. And so even if there's enforcement on that short-term renter, the next person doesn't know what happened the last time. So you as a homeowner just keep getting kicked in the shins over and over again. So what our council has done is really, my boss, Bill Hills, came up with a really creative solution when we were wargaming this on changing the ordinance. We can't outlaw them yet. There's some stuff going on in the courts. Our legal team is looking at that very closely. And I can tell you that our city, again, I have to choose my words carefully because they decide, right? But if I understand that their direction, I think they have an appetite for really reducing or eliminating them, but legally we aren't there yet. But what we did, and as I mentioned, Bill's suggestion was to really tighten up the ordinance to make it difficult to be disruptive. So I'll give you some examples. If you have a short-term rental property in your neighborhood and someone rents it, they can't have street parking. All parking has to be on the property. Well, why is that important? It's pretty hard to throw a raging party if you can't park all the cars on the property. So we as police can now come out and we have something tangible we can enforce. That's just one example. There's light restrictions, noise restrictions, so on. They really did an excellent job tightening up that ordinance. And since then, the challenges with our short-term rentals have really come down. We've also instituted a registration process that if you decide to thumb your nose at the ordinance, then they can revoke their registration and now you can no longer do it. So does it solve the problem? No. But what I appreciate about our council is instead of just simply saying, sorry, John, can't do anything for you, they got very creative and came up with some suggestions that at the direction of my boss, recommendations rather, that we as the police department could enforce. So I hope that answers your question. Stretch, I hope it answers yours too.
Yes,
Yep.
thank you.
Any other questions? Comments? Concerns? Oh, come on up.
Hello, how you all doing? I stay on 2101 San Antonio Street in Grand Prairie, Texas. I've been a resident here all my life. And my name is Ade McEwen, if I didn't tell you all again. Basically, I just want to ask, how can I be more a part of the city and the community?
Oh my gosh, where do we want to start in? What is your interest first? What do you want to do? What do you like to do?
Just basically make the community